The application of genomics is just beginning, but we do have some indications of the value of this technology in biology, especially in biomedical science. This is a cover of Time magazine. It has an article dedicated to genomics and biomedicine. And it's given rise to a term called precision medicine, or some people prefer to say individualized medicine. That's the idea that we can understand the molecular mechanisms of disease and their treatment, that we can use genomics to precisely diagnose the reasons for disease. We can use genomic information to establish therapeutic decisions and modes of treatment so that medicine becomes personalized. This slide represents 4 areas of application. Genomics is becoming increasingly important in the study and treatment of cancers because any one category of cancers, it turns out, is comprised of a variety of different cell types, each with different genomic variants. And so treatment for a specific cancer type has to be tailored to the mutations that are present in that cancer. Pharmacology is the science of a design and delivery of drugs to treat disease. And humans vary greatly in the responses that we have to drug administration and how well those drugs can treat the targeted disease. Genomics allows us to identify rare and undiagnosed diseases. In fact, the low cost of genome sequencing now has led some major medical centers to convert to DNA sequencing as a diagnostic rather than more traditional forms of clinical diagnosis of disease. And then lastly, genomics helps us to understand infectious disease. How does the host interact with the pathogen? What is the nature of the immune response? How can we improve the immune response? These are all areas in which genomics is having a major impact in biomedicine. So, you probably are all aware of the availability of over-the-counter personalized genomics. There are several companies that offer genetic testing, typically using a sample of saliva. The slide here on, in the upper left is for a company called 23andMe. 23andMe will give you your ancestry based on your SNV profile, but they'll also give you a list of diseases for which you might be at increased risk given your genetic profile. The little insert on the right is interesting. This is a chip that will determine the activity of a set of enzymes that is involved in metabolizing drugs. And this is interesting because this little chip has a USB port, so you can actually plug this chip into your personal computer and download your genetic information directly. So what kind of a model for personalized medicine might we consider? Well, let's look at the larger part of this slide. So we have a patient group here comprised of individuals of several different genotypes. all of the individuals in this example have had the same disease diagnosis, and the doctor has prescribed the same medical treatment. The problem is that these individuals have different genomes. And so the consequences of this treatment might be that for most of the individuals, the prescribed drug is not toxic, there are no side effects, and is beneficial, so the disease is cured. But for a small subset of these individuals, the drug will have side effects, but will still be beneficial. Then there are other individuals in this population for which the drug has no side effects, but is also not beneficial in curing the disease. And then the fourth category are those individuals in which the drug is toxic, has serious side effects, and is not beneficial. So the original prescription will only benefit 2 of the 4 different genotypic groups. And with genomics, we can identify the genes that cause these 4 different responses to drugs, and we can tailor drug treatments to the individual genomic profiles.